Are you planning on making beef jerky for the first time? Well, you found the right video because I'm making beef jerky for the first time tonight. And yeah, I'm wearing a hat and a jacket inside. Well, but my wife keeps it really cold in this house, so and I live by the philosophy happy wife, happy life, okay? So you're gonna have to deal with me in this hat and jacket inside. Alright, so if you're looking at the grocery store and you're trying to figure out what you want, we found some eye of round steak because our butcher wasn't there, and the closest butcher shop besides the grocery store didn't have what we were looking for. So this is what we're starting with tonight. And then a few things you're gonna need. You're gonna need a nice bowl, a measuring spoon, some Worcestershire sauce, and your own spice blend. I would tell you my recipe, but then I'd have to kill you, so I don't want to do that. All right, so I thought of something else you're gonna need when I cut. We're actually gonna put this thing in a little baggie, so it's easier to get all the marinade where it needs to go. And I'm gonna start with the Worcestershire sauce, and I'm not gonna measure this. I'm just gonna pour some in there. How much I think is gonna go in there? I don't know. I guess I did like a quarter of the bottle, so I have some left over so my wife doesn't kill me. I'm really worried about my wife killing me, people, so let's pay attention. All right, and then with the seasoning blend, you're gonna pick your own seasoning blend. This is my seasoning blend that I'm gonna put in. I think I'm gonna go about maybe 2 tablespoons of this, maybe a little more. Let's see how that looks. I'll hit it with one more just for good measure. About half. So it's about 2.5 right there. Alright, then I'm just going to do a little quick mix of my spices, try to get everything all over the place. I don't know that matters, but that's just what I'm doing because it makes me feel good. Alright, now that the meat mixture is in the marinade, we're just going to put it in the refrigerator, and from what I've heard, it's going to be a minimum of 3 hours in there. If you've heard something different, follow that recipe, okay? This is just an experiment we're all trying. And now we're going to put it in the fridge. Alright, we're back here after 12 hours. We went ahead and marinated this meat for 12 hours. Now we're going to move on to the next step. You're going to need some... Hopefully you're going to do smart enough to get paper towels. I was at the store yesterday because I'm a man. I didn't know we were out of paper towels. So we're going to go ahead and take these out and put them on this paper towel. Alright, now that we've got them all spread out over the paper towel, we're just going to kind of blot them with some more napkins. I use napkins because, again, I'm a man and I didn't know we were out of paper towels. And of course my wife didn't tell me because she doesn't tell me things. We're just going to kind of get this excess sauce off of here. I mean, I don't know if you have to do that. The video I saw showed them doing that, so I guess I'm going to do that. This is an experiment, so who cares if it's perfect? Alright, now that we got them all dry, I guess, we're going to move them over to this wired sheet over this baking sheet. Most people have these little fancy things, but look, I'm using what I have right now. I'm broke as heck. I have a wife. If you have a wife, you know the feeling. You're broke. You don't have money for extra stuff. Now we're just going to throw all these on this this rack, and then we'll get them in the oven at 175. My oven has a dehydrate function, so I'm going to go ahead and use that this time, but if you don't have that, I think you can just use it at 175. And there's a little trick I learned doing my research, that if you just open the oven just a little bit, it'll help get all that moisture out. So that's what we're going to try this time. Alright, and it's okay if they're touching now. Once you get them all on your rack, they can touch. You just don't want them overlapping. And now we're going to go straight into the oven with these. For my video said to put them in there for about 3 to 4 hours, but mine are a little thicker than the guys on the video, so I'm thinking mine's probably going to take around 6 hours, but we'll see. Alright, we did 2.5 hours on it, and I think it's ready. This is how we're going to do it. Now we're going to... Looks good to me. That's jerky enough for me. We're going to pop it in the oven now at 275 for about 10 minutes to bring it up to 160, and then we're going to eat it. Alright, look, I don't know that this is beef jerky. A little moisture pulled in when we got it up to the 165 temperature. But my crew's not going to let me get this into beef jerky, so this is as far as I'm going, dude. I hope you guys have better luck making beef jerky than I did.